Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Modern Maker Podcast. This is our very first video podcast on the new Modern Maker Podcast YouTube channel.
That was my crowd noise.
I know, I left silence waiting for someone to give me something, and I'm so glad you did.
Thank you.
Today is Saturday, June 10th, the day you're listening to this, and it is National Peculiar People Day. And I've got a couple peculiar people with me to talk about some peculiar woodworking projects. I love alliteration.
Nice. It's very peculiar.
Today we're celebrating all the awesome entries to the 2x4 challenge. And to be just perfectly honest, like I wasn't expecting either this many entries and this quality and sophistication of work. It's pretty...
In reality, how many entries did you think we were going to get?
I thought we'd get like 50 to 100.
Really? I was thinking like 20 at best.
I thought 3.
Ours.
Yeah.
The only competition I've really been in charge of or a part of before like this was one for Quickcrete, which I think you entered, Mike.
Yeah, I did. And I didn't win.
Damn it.
You should have.
I even knew one of the judges. I still couldn't get a win.
I voted for you.
That's nepotism.
And it we had like maybe like 100 entries, and that was like, with like a company behind it doing, ad spend and really promoting. Yeah. And to me, it just shows like when the power of sort of community is like when things are really authentically based and people are there's sort of real support, and it's not just like, hey, everybody, do this, and,
make sure and use whatever product we're mentioning.
Right. Yeah. No, and obviously, we're promoting a media product, but it's really in the form of like a challenge and doing it. And people really took that up and put some time into these things. Some of these things are not easy projects. No. And no 2x4s have ever seen this much love and attention before. So,
straight up.
Let's take it away. And what are we starting with first? The ones...
Oh, hang on. First, so for anybody that wants to follow along with us, obviously, we're gonna be popping up in videos. If people had project videos, we're throwing up images. But all we're doing, for the most part, is we're starting at the bottom of our Instagram feed. If you search hashtag 2x4 challenge. If we see something that we want to talk about, we're going to talk about it. If something strikes a chord, we're just going to riff on it.
Yep.
See where it goes. If you enjoy it, let us know. If you think we need more structure, let us know, and we won't listen. I'm just kidding. Maybe we will.
We won't listen.
So yeah, let's hit it off.
All right. So looks like the first one here, we got a couple Maui hooks from Moana.
Now, have you guys seen the movie?
No. I've seen it 1,000 times because I have a little kid.
Okay.
Yeah, all my friends have kids have seen it, so it's like I'm not familiar with it, but this is like a pretty impressive project just from a sculptural standpoint.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's like a great use of the 2x4 just as like a substance, right? Like just as like a block, and they're really taking advantage of the thickness of 2x4.
Oh yeah.
Because when we buy any sort of dimensional lumber or anything like that, you're not getting 1.5 inch thick material.
Yeah.
So I think that's like when I first saw this project, because one of the first ones posted, and it's by Bobby Duke Arts on Instagram. So check out Bobby Duke Arts. It was just like a very smart kind of, not obvious use, but like intuitive kind of use of a 2x4. He used solid chunks of affordable wood to make a very solid, cool sort of movie type prop.
And how impressive is it that it looks like bone? Never would I have thought that was made out of 2x4s.
And that it glows in in dark.
Yeah, for real.
And all those illustrations that are on it. And he actually did it up because in the movie, Maui only has one hook. It looks like he built 2.
He's dual wielding.
Yep.
Looking like Legolas out here.
Yeah. No, and it's impressive from just the sculptural technique to get everything that sort of well curved and smooth, and then also the articulation and the detail. So pretty awesome project for Bobby Duke Arts.
I know. I remember when that one came out. It was the first entry, and I was like, wow, this is a strong start.
Yeah. He set the hook high.
Ooh, I like it. All right. There you go. So scrolling on up, what's our next finished piece? Because there's a lot of people that posted progress pics, which is awesome, but I think we are interested in talking about the finished pieces here. So what's next?
Is this one?
Yeah, that's one.
That's 2 2x4s?
I mean, probably per chair.
Okay.
Yeah, so when I saw this, I wasn't at first sure if we were being trolled or not, because it looks like, I'm like, wait, I know that chair. That looks like a real chair. That can't be 2 2x4s.
Yeah, so this is Jackrabbit Trading.
Yeah, very impressive project. It's a good use of the material. Like, it's amazing when you cut it up into small pieces, like how much actual space you can cover with just 2 2x4s.
For sure. And I love the use of negative space here. He was able to make something really big by just, using slats, which is a good way to look at it.
And he even took some time to stage a nice photo, painted a blue one, a gray one, so.
And then the last thing I want to point out before we move on to the next one. Normally, I hate when people paint projects. I love a good little accent. Maybe someone wants to paint the base of something white or a cool stripe somewhere. But the painted versions look, I think, in my opinion, especially the way they're staged, cooler than the unpainted versions. Which,
I like the painted.
That's a testament.
Sure. That's a testament to paint.
Testament to bright blue.
Well done, paint industry. Okay, let's see.
I love some of these sketches that people posted. So you're sort of thinking, because you sort of followed along with them. So like that sort of zigzagging table, I sort of saw those posts and was like, oh, that guy's got something that looks ambitious.
Right.
And then slowly seeing like process photos emerge, and then finally the finished project was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's look at that croquet set.
Yeah.
This one, so there's actually a video for this one.
There is.
And actually, there's something interesting. So this kind of ties into a conversation we were having on Thursday's episode about shop safety. And so when he was turning one of these, it came flying out of his chuck on his lathe, and he shows it in slow motion, and you can see how I was talking about how like you think that you react fast. Well, it pops up and it doesn't smack him in the face or anything, but it like kind of pops up and rubs against his face, and he hasn't even reacted by the time that it's touching him.
Yeah.
So you actually see it hit him and then him flinch. So that just like goes to show you how quick those things happen.
Straight up. And I will say I watched the video, and in the intro and in the outro, he mentioned that he was getting this project done quick so no one would take his idea. This is such an out-of-the-box project for a 2x4 challenge. I don't think anyone would ever have thought of that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's I think it's just awesome thinking outside of the box like that.
There were probably like 5 other people that were going to make it, and they're like, damn, Wild Man Tech.
You think so?
Oh,
See, I don't
sure.
believe it.
He made the balls too?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's insane.
Yeah, and the little wire
things. We'll put links to all the people that did YouTube videos in the description box of this video, so check that out.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the zigzag table that we were just talking about.
Oh, yeah. There we go. From sketch to real life.
So, and this is NJPBS on Instagram. Design it and build it is his little avatar, and we saw some sketches of this earlier, and like he pulled it off. Like this is again, and I think he used like the grain pretty well too. Like he used the really straight grain pieces for the big wide parts of the table, and the carved out some thinner pieces and stuff like that. And do you think he aligned those 2 angled cuts for those little like feet that stick out to get more use and more wood?
I don't know. That's kind of a cool idea. I don't know. I guess it would depend on how much material he was trying to squeeze into it.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, it's not too big, so he probably wasn't having to worry about it. But yeah, you can kind of like rotate them 180 degrees from each other so that they sort of nest together when you're making a taper like that.
That's true. You're the taper guy. You'd know, huh?
Oh, I know tapers, baby.
Yeah. All right.
Dawn taper.
Something we've been talking about is bent lamination. And the first time I saw this project, I swore it was bent lamination, but it's not.
Is it? Oh, it's like, the corners are actually separate pieces.
What is that called? Kerfing? Is that kerfing? Is that what that's called?
No, because it's actually,
cut segments and kind of re-glued them, right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Kudos.
Yeah, you can actually see like all the little lines where they're separate pieces. This
is Creamy Crunch on Instagram, and it's this is like pretty impressive. The wood looks kind of substantial too. Like I don't know if it's just the filter or the way it's photographed and stuff. It almost looks more like hickory or something like that than like a typical 2x4. But that's a pretty impressive pair. Now he made each one of those out of 2 2x4s, right? Those can't be.
I would have to think, yeah.
Yeah, each chair is made from a little less than 2 Douglas fir 2x4s.
Man, it's cool though.
It has a really, it's weird. It's like it looks like a 3-dimensional like text symbol or something like that.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, or like
It's
some
like
sort
very
of like,
sculptural.
right, or like a Japanese character or something like in 3D. It's impressive.
Am I seeing from the picture that this guy, a glimpse inside, did he do some, what was it called? Shugi, what?
Shoshugiban.
Yeah.
Shoshugiban.
Looks like he's using some fire on this piece.
Yeah. And I think he put a video out for it. I know I don't think I've seen the video, but I know a glimpse inside.
Yeah, me too.
I've seen his videos. So I'm going to assume there's a video and it's playing on the screen right now. Click the link in the bio if you want to see the full thing. I love some good wood burning. It's always
he's got
fun
a nice
to do.
herringbone pattern. Is that what that's called on the top? And it looks like he's got a Festool vacuum there. Yeah. Little something for Festool.
Or he just bought the hose. He just did it for for this shot.
Doing it for the hose.
And it was so casual. I was like, yeah, totally, just a workshop pick, no big deal.
That looked like a nice project for like infilling in a certain piece of like an interior design, like if you sort of have like a small awkward little space in the corner of a room, it looks like that table was sort of made for like this particular small space.
Yeah. Let's see what this is.
You've not seen this one?
The guy that made the skateboard. Here, hang on.
His name is, I think, Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy. I just clicked his page. Jeremy Harmon, and he's got a project video, I think, for it. Doesn't he?
Yeah, it's got a whole video. I watched this whole video.
I remember seeing it. Okay, thank you. I thought I was going crazy for a half second.
Yeah, and this was actually a really good use of paint. I don't know. Yeah.
Of paint?
Yeah, the way that he like painted like the stripe on it and everything. And I think this might be a detail. Yeah, this is a more detailed shot of it. So you can see he did like a few layers of paint so that he got like some pinstriping going. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
Classing it up a little bit.
Classing it up. It's not just your average skateboard, people.
Right. Our first chair is coming up, or our first like traditional chair. I know we had the like curvy sculptural chairs a second ago, but we had some also very neat, just traditional, straightforward chairs that I'm impressed that they came out of 2x4s.
Yeah.
I think the thing I was most impressed with is that came out of two 2x4s, just the material.
Oh wow, that's some impressive joinery.
Yeah, the corners.
It's both. Like miters are hard enough to do on their own, let alone miters that then have sort of a recess cut out the side. Yeah.
I mean,
that looks great.
So he probably mitered them together and then maybe like took it to like a bandsaw or something and cut the arc out. That's what I'm guessing.
And he's got a bunch of project pics, which are really cool. He had a little slideshow for it.
$6 chair. Now, this is one of the ones where I'm curious on like how the warpage over time like sort of impacts like the sort of delicate geometry, but that's such just an impressive feat of joinery and putting together of a pretty squirrely material.
Yeah, for sure.
As an aside,
go give him a follow too. I just went to his account. He's got 19 followers. He's got like a real fresh account. So give him a shout out. Give him the plug. Say the podcast sent you here.
The podcast sent me.
Yeah.
It's funny, like projects like this, I always think are so underrated because at the end of the day, like these are the kind of like skill sets that I hope people develop when they like watch my videos or check out my channel and stuff. Because in a lot of ways, I almost like the simple projects more than the really complex ones that are feats of making, because this is how we get people to sort of take more authorship over the things that they own, is when they realize that, no, I can put together something in a very simple way, butt joints, maybe cut a couple notches out here and there to make the joinery a little bit more complex and aligned, and then just spend a little bit of creative energy to figure out a cool way to articulate it.
Yeah.
And did he do that kind of like cool lightning Lichtenberg?
Yeah, so I think that this is a good exercise in editing where, obviously the feature of this piece is the lightning kind of, the way that the wood looks, not so much the shape. And so if you were to make like a complex shape and then those two things are kind of going to be fighting with each other. So it's good that he actually kept the shape simple to highlight the look of the wood.
Yeah, Lichtenberg. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people doing it now. I kind of want to do it, but when I first saw it, I was almost planning to do it, and then a lot of people started doing it. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I've wanted to try this, but I'm scared of electricity.
I want to use like a taser or something. Yeah, Mike, we can do a collab where you hold on to the wood and then I tase you, and then the electricity goes through you.
Okay, now This was probably the shittiest
No,
project
thank
that.
Yeah, that's dog shit. How's it holding up?
It's I took it apart.
Did you really?
And it's in my garage. Yeah, because I don't have anything to do with it. Like, I don't want it taking up space. So I was like, well, I'll just take it apart, and then it's sitting in my garage still.
Let me ask you this question. So the butt rest, it's got that kind of shape to it. Is that just what happened, or did you plan on that?
Yeah, that's the warping.
It honestly looks like it's got the perfect little butt cut out. Does it or no?
No, it's just a curve. Yeah. Yeah.
So those were straight.
Those were straight at one point. When I glued them together, they were straight.
Golly.
And then the next morning, they were not.
Yeah. This next one, though, is cool. It's like the perfect little lawn game. You want to play a little craps with your kids? You don't have to do it in the alley anymore.
Let's take a look here for a second.
It's like dice?
So it's like slingshot dice.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's cool, man.
Take it to the fields.
How big is that?
Probably each one's got to be like 2 inches by 2 inches, each die. I don't know, but I love how clean they are.
And then he made the dice also?
Mm-hmm. I mean, he would have to. Otherwise,
to be part of the challenge.
Oh, he did them on the X carve. Okay, that's awesome.
Otherwise, you're out of here. Twisted.
Yeah, it looks like they're probably 3 inches by 3 inches. Or like a little less than that.
That one's really cool. Twisted label. Shout out to you, dog. You killed it. That's another outside of the box one. He's like, I don't have to do furniture. I'll do what I want.
This guy?
Oh, whack.
Seen it. Kind of basic.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out, though, to Trey for giving me that painting. That was my first legitimate gift from a fan.
It looks like a tattoo.
And it looks straight up like it's like that kind of traditional style that my tattoo is. I know I had a lot of people commenting. They're like, "Oh, you're gonna get that tattoo?" I'm like, "No, I feel like
on my neck.
I don't have any kind of ego for that." Like
the only thing
you got to really love yourself, I think, to do that.
The only thing that I'll say about this project is that it's pretty bad. The only thing that would be worse is if you were to build a guitar.
Oh God, I know what
that would be the only thing you could do worse than this.
Golly, that would be so weird. Whack.
All right, let's see.
I said weird. Whack.
Whack.
All right.
Are there different pictures of this one later, or is?
Yeah, there's a finished picture.
Okay,
too.
so we'll wait on that one.
But it's also the next one.
Oh, ba-boom.
Up next, we've got another kind of console table thing. What I loved about this was the bass. That was, I mean, obviously, I think that's
You're
what
all
we're
about
going
that
for
bass,
on this project is like kind of showing off the bass because it is a simple top.
Yeah,
I love the shape of it. It's a lot of fun. It's just very light. And yeah, it's just light is I think the best way I can
it's cool the way that he worked the shelf in that doesn't go all the way across.
Yep.
So that takes some thinking to get that, especially that vertical piece that's in the center. That's going to have stress on it. So that's like to be able to get that to hold together. That takes some skill right there.
I know.
It kind of looks like a modern sled or something.
It's like upside down. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not upside down.
I will say this though. So because we are being very lovey-dovey, and this is an awesome project. What do you guys think of
Let's talk about design.
Here we go.
Why are you hating on
Let's
people?
talk about
I'm ready to crap all over this. No. What do you guys think of the finish? Do you like it here, or do you like it? He's got some other pics before he had put that finish on.
I saw the progress pic where it was the straight pine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think it's just going for like, what room are you putting it in?
That's true.
Lately, everything I've done has a clear coat. So I'm big on clear coats right now.
Me too.
Yeah, it's also a matter of photography too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use stain like that because I don't like the way they photograph.
Right.
Yeah.
But I've been in like more like country kind of like rustic traditional interiors where those things look really good paired with like river stone and stuff like that and deer antlers. So it's not what I would pick. When I normally go like more of like a darker stain, I normally go more gray, but then I'm like very minimal sort of modern doing, but I totally dig the form and stuff of it.
Oh, yeah.
And can always stain over stains.
Oh,
so
for sure.
Now the next one. You guys say that I make furniture for skinny people, but I'd like to see you guys fit that 218-pound bud into that chair.
Hey, listen, it's 193 pounds now.
Oh,
homie.
man. Dropped another 5 since Thursday.
What are you talking about? I said one. That's what I said on
You
Thursday.
said 218 minus 20.
Yeah, but then I told you I realized that my math was really wrong. I said my weight later on, and I was like, oh wait, that was like
I'm holding you to it.
Pounds.
I'm holding you to it. 6'1".
Do it, man, because I know I'm right.
Rocking chairs. like the one time I tried to make a rocking chair, it didn't rock. And I was like, okay, I just made a lounge chair.
This chair does not rock.
Wait, time out. Was it the outdoor lounge chair?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be a real one right here.
Here we go.
I saw that. I loved that video. That was one of the first videos of yours that I watched that like kind of got me hooked before I started making videos. Is I saw that one and I'm like, dude, this guy's dope. I don't know who he is.
I love the way it looks. It just doesn't rock.
And so later on, I did another outdoor lounge chair. It was very inspired by you. I did the 2x12 sidewalls. I thought that was a killer idea. But I was like, I love his idea. I'm going to step it up a notch. I'm going to make it a rocking lounge chair. Mine didn't rock either.
Yeah, yours. I was like when I first saw yours, I was like, oh, it looks like for some reason yours always reminds me of like a rubber duck. Like
it does. It's like big. It's big. Yeah.
Yeah, and mine's really low.
Yeah.
So like I totally prioritize like the aesthetic over the ergonomics.
Yeah, I gave it like such a big swoop, and it just sits flat.
All right, one of these days we have to make a rocking chair that works.
That works, yeah. All right.
But this guy did. Bontex Wood.
Yeah.
This guy, Bontex Woodcraft, definitely did make one that appears to actually.
Yeah.
There is no proof though.
No, there's on his. If you go to his page, there's a picture of his kid rocking out
and metaphorically rocks.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. How are their proportions with a kid in it? Does it look good?
Yeah, it's kid sized. Looks like it's for like a, I don't know, 6 or 7 year old maybe.
Awesome, dude. No, it's really cool. I dig it.
Digging. Let's see.
And if we miss any of your projects, sorry.
Yeah, sincerely.
But just comment below and maybe we'll do a little follow up. Yeah,
we'll link you at least in the description. Yeah, there will be a small thing at the bottom of the description. It'll be highlighted where it says people we accidentally missed. So be sure and check those out. And if we missed you, we're very sorry. I don't know how it happened because we're scrolling through the feed. Maybe it was your fault. I'm not trying to point fingers here.
I blame them.
Maybe it wasn't our fault. Okay, great. Chris, you blame them.
Blame is squarely on their shoulders.
All right.
Okay, so here we have one of our first of several projects that really used end grain incredibly well. And I thought that was just a smart decision, right? Because I think from like an analytical perspective, you look at a 2x4, okay, this is cheap wood, and it looks basic. So what is the most visually distinctive character? Well, a lot of these 2x4s come from centers of relatively small, rapidly growing trees. So they have this kind of round circular end grain that can be used to an aesthetic advantage. And here we see the first example of people sort of doing that. And here we have this cutting board by Mahogany House Woodworks on Instagram. And it's smart. It's just like, oh, hey, let's make something useful in a very logical way that utilizes the little aesthetic value that a 2x4 has. And I think this is just a very restrained, smart project.
And also, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but if it wasn't impressive enough already, he actually built that knife out of the 2x4s as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it unless you told me.
Yeah, I speak the truth, my friend.
Oh, that's something I've definitely learned.
All right. We got another chair.
Yeah.
Three-legged.
Snap. I like this.
I always love a good three-legged chair or anything. I love things
with
like
an odd
you're
number
all
of
about
legs.
the odd. Yeah, you're all about the odd leg number.
Yeah.
You guys know that 3 legs really is better than 4, though, right?
I mean, technically, if you're on uneven ground, yeah.
Yeah. It's always in balance.
Yeah.
This project, I think, is a great use of using the form of the 2x4, but not having it obvious that you use the dimension of the 2x4. Like, knowing that this came from 2x4s, you go, oh yeah, that makes sense. But there's, for the exception of the backrest, nothing that, dimensionally immediately represents a 2x4. So I thought this was a great way of like disguising the origin, but without going to too elaborate of lengths to do so. So I think this is a really excellent sort of furniture project. I mean, this is like what I would expect like a professional furniture maker or a designer to sort of how they would approach this challenge.
Yeah, I think it's very, very good, but I would even say that it's like a few little tweaks and proportional things away that, obviously there's limitations with the material he was working with, but I think it's just like a few little tweaks away from being great, like an iconic piece of furniture even.
You think?
Yeah, it's really good.
I think it's really cool, yeah. It's so airy. It's just light. Do you think it's strong?
Oh, it's strong.
Really? You think so?
No, I made that up. I was just being nice.
No, I like this one. I like the back. I like everything about it. It's just like aesthetically and visually, it's very pleasing. I do think from photographing outside was like the one bad choice. Like
Now you done messed up.
Just because it's so bright.
It just distracts from.
Oh, okay.
Think of how cool it would look in a stark white room.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it also has such a strong silhouette that I almost want to see that emphasized against like a plain white background. And then I also think the sort of charred finish in sort of a, like on a concrete floor with a white backdrop would look even more slick and modern. But, people do what they got to do. Not everyone has access to that. But I would love to see that project photographed in like a sort of modern setting. And I think it would even elevate its like level of aesthetic sophistication.
And that came in from Jake Lee, 1994.
It was inspired by a designer.
Yeah, Nakashima.
Coming up next, another good use of negative space. We talked about it earlier, and this guy killed it.
This one's definitely in my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This
Josh makes.
He's a great dude too. I've interacted with him a few times online, and I really like this project from a functionality standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint. It looks like a really like something you would see at like almost Restoration Hardware or stuff like that. It is an efficient use of the material. He broke it down, but without in a complicated way, but in a simple way. He's just making sort of
it's like a
lattice work
profile pieces, and so it acts as like a basket. And what's sort of hidden inside?
A light bulb.
Whatever you want.
I love it.
But no, that's awesome. I love secret compartment projects, so that's cool too.
It's got like
I really like that one.
brutalist kind of.
But yeah, and the fact that the secret compartment is very hidden in plain sight, I think is cool.
Yep.
All right, coming up next, we got from @JohnnyRuns some cool geometric wall art.
Otherwise
Can't
known
go wrong
as
with that. You can't go wrong.
Whoa, buddy.
Sorry, guys.
You're allergic to good wall art, apparently.
Geometry. Symmetry.
It was a rough 10th grade, buddy, for Mark.
Yeah, for real. No, this one's really cool. I dig it.
Good use of staining.
So do you think he stained everything, then attached it all? I guess that's what you'd have to do.
Yeah, that would be a lot of taping otherwise.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
For sure.
I dig it. Oh, he's got a progress pic where that all completely unstained, like the dry run. That looks really cool too. It's got a strange like depth to it. It's very interesting. You can't see it, Chris. Sorry.
I actually think it'd be a really good tabletop too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All side table kind of thing.
Little side piece.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with just some good wall art. But here's a much stranger piece.
Oh.
When you hear 2x4 challenge, obviously you've got to think gong holder, right?
If your Buttercup Woodworks, you do.
Wait, what holder?
Gong.
Bong.
Is that not a gong?
Well, I think he was making a bong
holder.
joke.
I don't know if we're going dong, bong. Either way, that's not what this is.
Hey, guys, and I just have to point out, if that wasn't impressive enough, he also made the gong out of 2x4s.
Golly, Chris.
I'm going to do it every time.
Do it. No, it's cool. It's just functional. Looks really cool. It matches the gong really well, too. Just the stain he chose. So I dig it.
Well, it did a couple little things that kind of make it
a little Japanese.
Look less 2x4-ish. Where the sort of the overhangs and stuff like that, they're well proportioned and stuff. Yeah. So
it's a good way to wake your kids up in the morning. Get your Captain Crunch. Rip up the roof of your mouth.
Also, excellent mustache.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Hey, do you think that symbol in the center of the gong is his mustache upside down?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Or his mustache is the symbol upside down. Either way.
One of those two is true. It's like the chicken and the egg. All right.
All right, coming up next, is that a finished piece or is that a progress pic?
I don't know, but it's a very nice little table. And there's a few nice little details to it too, where the legs are sort of angled.
Yeah, the way that the feet come out at an angle. This is like very clean. It's one of those. If it weren't for the fact that like some of the figuring of the wood, you would not think this was a 2x4. Like the crisp edges and
the big old knot gives it away.
Yeah.
But
let's talk about design, Chris.
Yes.
Would you do the stretcher there though? I would pull it up.
You know what? Okay, so this is a small table, obviously. It's like a coffee table.
Uh-huh.
I don't think that it matters that much on a dining table. It's going to be more of an issue because you're like sitting at it with your feet.
Well, I'm just kind of
further
talking
under
aesthetics, really.
Oh, just aesthetics?
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I think that maybe it's.
I think this makes it a little bit more unusual.
It does. Yeah.
I would make it a little smaller. That's the main thing I think of. It's just a little thick, so maybe
I think
lower
it's a
it.
little tall.
So maybe lower it to like the height of the feet, and it would probably blend in a little bit better.
Oh yeah.
So if it looked like it was the same level as all of the feet, then I think it would look like the feet are a layer, the legs are a layer, and then the verticals are a layer.
Yeah.
But
And it would also just kind of lighten it up. Like right now, all of the visual weight is towards the bottom, and so that would lighten it up a little bit.
But this is like
That's still tight. I dig.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it looks great.
And it's just, again, really efficient, smart use of the lumber and some pretty advanced techniques going
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out Stillcraft. Way to venture into wood. So here's one. I think it's in my top 5. First off, I think it looks awesome. But what is crazy to me is this guy made all of these spindles out of 2x4s too.
Wait, he made the dowels?
Yes. This guy is a boss. I don't know how he did that. And he's got another video. He's got another picture showing what's left over. I think it's in this video. If you click play,
Let's do it.
literally all that is left is some shavings from the lathe and just a couple pieces of scrap from squaring up the ends. This guy killed it when it came to design and execution. He freaking rocked it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Sawdust Bureau.
Yeah, this was definitely in my top picks as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Does it ever show him sit in it? I would be interested to sit in it and see how it feels. It almost looks like those
would
are
put a
made for a
cushion on
cushion
it.
to sit
Yeah.
on top of. But aesthetically, it's awesome looking. Like
It's awesome, yeah.
very unique, and you don't think 2x4 when you see this for sure.
You know, I was running through these. I was hanging out with old mom the other day.
Good old mom.
And this picture of the kid with the glue bottle.
Uh-huh.
My mom made a joke about you because you don't ever use wood glue.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
'cause
like,
I don't
oh
use
my
enough?
gosh, Chris would have a heart attack. He's wasting all the glue.
That's a precious resource.
Yeah. Anyways, I just thought.
So now your mom's ribbing on me, huh?
Shout out to Mike's mom for knowing Chris's glue jokes.
Yeah. Hey, she's a Four Eyes fan, right?
I wouldn't say that. No.
Come on, Miss Montgomery.
Oh man. Okay, up next.
My mom likes you, Mike.
Does she?
Yeah, she thinks you're a cool
Oh,
dude.
What's her name?
Terry Salamoni.
Terry. It's great to informally meet you. I'm glad you don't hate me. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. I was in a little bit of a bit, but I've got to drop out of the bit. I think this is everybody's. It's like if it's not your favorite, it's gonna be top 3.
What?
This stool from Minimalist Maker. She's got a video to go with it. And
This is my favorite.
As you can tell,
Favorite? Number one?
she's
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, as you can tell,
Yeah.
she's got a good eye for design and aesthetic. Her video is also edited real clean, and she's a new channel too. So the link to her channel will be in the description. Go give her a follow. She's making some really cool stuff. Her videos look really great. Just shout out all around. This thing is freaking sweet.
I immediately follow. She has a whole bunch of other cool projects, and
Yeah, go
this
follow
is
her
like-
on Instagram too. She's got a
This is
killer
right up
feed.
my alley. It's like the color choices and everything. Also, the way she kind of book matched the grain is really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, everything from just how crisp and clean it is, and it's also like it's like one of those projects where you look at it and you immediately are like, oh yeah, of course. It's like one of those things that's unexpected and obvious at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is what I think like a lot of good design is, where you're like, okay, you make the decision to use end grained as a way to compensate for the kind of otherwise sort of aesthetic weakness of a 2x4. And then you're like, well, how can I do something more than make a slab? Well, then I'll naturally have 4 pieces of that extend out. And when you see how she did it in her YouTube video,
It's
it
very
wasn't
smart.
how I expected
Nope.
it happening. I was expecting it a lot differently, but
She's got a really cool way of making that mortise and tenon. So check that out. You'll learn something. You'll probably learn something from that video. So go watch it.
I will also say this picture is a testament to doing the extra things. Like, look at how much cooler this picture looks than if you were to just, put it outside and do it. The way that it's, it's all you can focus on is that. It's got the dramatic lighting with, the lights obviously very heavily coming from the right.
Yeah, and she's got this other detail picture, which was actually the first one I saw. Somehow I missed the original post, and I just saw this one at first.
Yeah.
I know.
And even that detail shot looks so cool. So shout out. That's, I don't know.
Minimalist Maker, yeah, it's like...
Yeah, that's...
I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on her stuff.
For sure.
It's like, because all the content she puts out is just, it's like clean and consistent. It's like one of those Instagram accounts where you look at it and it just feels like peaceful because it's all like consistent in like the same aesthetic and the right sort of low saturated cool stuff.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, especially looking at this detail shot, like you feel like there was thought that went into the placement of everything, which is pretty awesome.
Ingrained pattern has a really cool symmetry and swirl going on. It's neat. All right, enough being way too nice. All right.
Okay, let's rip this guy. No, this is actually one of my top projects as well. This is awesome.
This is my number 2.
Number 2 with a bullet.
It's just like the exercise in weird joints that I'm confused by just looking at them. It looks sweet. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I kind of put this one, and I forgot the name of the person who made the other one with the light inside that was like the upside down basket, the lattice work one. They're kind of, it's funny because they're both like that, I don't know, sort of brutalist looking and with the light in the center. But this one's awesome because it's like simultaneously so chunky and elegant looking.
Right.
Like those are very contradictory things, but somehow it all comes together.
And he's not hiding the 2x4 at all. He's like fully embracing it.
Yeah, and like it also probably involved math. So shout out to math.
So
Go
I'm
math.
not doing it.
No, Steve does some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah,
like, definitely check out his. Yeah, that was also one like it looks more complicated probably than it is, but that's like kind of like good design. You know, getting a lot of value out of it.
Doing something simple over and over to where the end result is complicated looking.
Exactly.
Okay, so I saw that chair that you're hovering over.
Yeah.
Now, are the straps wood or the like,
No.
can't be.
It's I don't know what that webbing is called,
It's
but
webbing.
it's
It's jute
traditional
webbing.
webbing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it was like brown. So I was like, did he weave wood fibers?
But interesting side note is that tree is made out of wood. 2x4s.
Wow. You know what?
In
I
fact.
don't believe you.
No, it's true.
I can't trust you anymore.
It's all true.
So how did he do the curved pieces?
It's gotta be a
those,
bandsaw.
Are they laminated or is it like
Maybe
or is
steam bending? I don't know. Let's see. Does he say anything?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Steam box.
Steambox. Wow.
There it is. Yeah, I was... Something told me they were steam bent, and it was his Instagram description.
J Humphrey BC is his Instagram account.
It's nice. Also nice how we got the inner frame for the webbing like flush to that.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, everything's really clean and kind of hidden.
And it's got cool little details like the little buttons on the front where it's like sort of green and green inspired.
Very well executed.
So this is another one.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be comfortable without cushions? I've never sat on something with just webbing. I don't know.
I think it would be fine. I think you'd be able to handle it.
Webbing's good.
It is? Man.
Yeah.
Because it looks cool. Is the reason I say that is it's really neat. It's unusual seeing it without a cushion. And if it's comfortable that way, I think it would be really cool to keep it that way.
He's got some nice grass, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Straight up. Is that AstroTurf?
Yeah, the one part I'd be curious about is the way that wood bar in the front might eat into your legs a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
And the transition, depending on how tight the webbing was, so you might have to like tighten the webbing up over time as it stretches.
I feel you.
All right, here we got Shoshugiban. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
From Merit Made, another chair.
This is nice. Very clean.
Yeah, it's just
well
classic
done.
beach lounger.
I was going to say, it's kind of similar to the chair that you made, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Like, at least in function.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of a low sitting beach chair. It's really cool.
Good use of stainless steel screws for outdoor furniture.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Mm-hmm.
Although,
I like this.
Does it
It's
look
just
like
really
it would tip over, tip forward if you sat on it, or no?
No, because you're gonna lean back into the seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
You gotta lean
it's
into it.
pitched. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
You did
I'm a
it. And
fan.
interestingly enough, that fabric, 2x4.
God dang it.
Repetition, baby.
You're just like practicing your dad jokes for when your kids get older, so they roll their eyes at you.
I gotta get them eyes rolling.
You're gonna be well practiced.
Let's see. This one says almost done, so I'm gonna say that it's a progress pick. Is this finished?
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, the squatty potty.
Yeah, this is the new channel too, the cutting board. Something that I will say about him, he is very active when it comes to comments, community. So if you haven't checked out his channel, he's put in the work to deserve it. Like he's like a full-fledged member of the community. I love how he just interacts with everybody, and he makes some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I watched this video too. What was great about this video is he showed some experimentation. He experimented with like construction adhesive, didn't have great results. Yeah. But then like, he just kept adapting and kept going. Mm-hmm. And I think like that kind of resilience is like inspiring. It's good to see people like, because we all find that sort of struggle where something doesn't quite go right the way we wanted to, but you just keep pushing through and keep switching things up. And what really struck me was he made sort of like the tannin stain out of the vinegar and the steel wool.
Yeah.
And just how it took to the sort of redwood,
man, it made it look
2x4s differently. And like, I would have thought that he would have stained those individually, but he didn't. He kind of, it just react differently to the chemistry in different pieces of wood. So pretty cool.
You know, I'm going to be real talk here. I think we're being a little too nice. I think we're having a love fest. I personally think this project is crappy.
Oh,
I see what you did.
Golly, these dad jokes. All right, he's laying them on thick.
I'm laying it on thick. Hey, it's getting late.
It is, yeah, for real.
I got to dad joke it up. This is a good one. This is cool because it's functional.
Yeah, I like projects like this because it reminds people that they can organize their house with simple, affordable materials. So you don't always have to go to Target and find some big, clunky thing that you're going to spend just as much time organizing. If you have a chop saw and a circular saw and a drill and some screws, you can throw stuff together like this fast and just get things off the floor, utilize like spaces more efficiently, and just sort of organize your life systematically.
Preach.
And also, interestingly enough, those laundry baskets
made out of
2x4.
Yeah. Oh, and here's the evolution of the zigzag table.
Yep, there we go.
Wow.
It kind of looks like Johnny Five from Short Circuit.
I can see that. I could see his head in there. Or Rob the Robot from Nintendo. This is all way older than Mike is.
Yeah. Are you looking at my face just blank? I got no idea anything you talked about right there.
Your mom knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Miss Montgomery.
Shut up, man.
Oh. This looks great.
It's cool.
Like I normally don't like honey colored stains, but in this one I really like it. And because it looks both modern and like rustic deer antler furniture-ish.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that angle coming off on the legs does kind of do that. That's cool.
So this project. One, you could take a page out of the Minimalist Maker's photography book for that finished picture to really show it off.
Yeah. Now that we've highlighted that project 3 times, let's move on. No, I'm playing.
What do we got here?
Another kid project or project for your kids.
Oh, like a swing.
Yeah. So like a tree swing.
Nice.
I like it.
Just hopefully it never falls off, man.
That's a lot. Do you think you routed those or sanded those over?
I would have to think routed them. That's a lot of sanding.
A lot of soft edges.
Yeah.
The slats kind of remind me of like, I don't know, is it a xylophone? Like, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want to hear you make some music. All right.
Is this our first LED incorporated project?
First.
Oh, it's like one of those infinity ones, right?
And one of 2, I believe, right?
I don't know.
Dupree design, yeah. Very well done, nice, clean. I like how he made this sort of support slatted on the bottom, but you could still use it as like a magazine, or stack sort of stuff underneath there. But it still provides lateral support as well.
Yeah, and I saw a project pic a little bit down in the feed, and I was not expecting this to come out of it. This was like a good curveball.
I'd be interested to know: is it the stain, or is it the application, or is it the wood? But here, the stain actually works pretty well.
Yeah, it seems really even. I bet, you know what? I bet he used some wood conditioner.
That's what it was.
That's a tip for everyone out there. If you're using some Minwax stain, throw some wood conditioner on there first. You're going to be really impressed with the difference. It'll take away a lot of those blotchies you get. All right, coming up next.
Fix this, build that.
Brad.
He doesn't need any more love. No, just joking.
Hey.
Did a little concrete top, real simple. Brad just always does things that they're well executed, they make sense, they look real clean. His videos are some of the most informative ones that I get. Like, he has like really great shop tips on like how to organize the shop, how to efficiently set up tools, building a lot of really cool jigs. And then when he executes on furniture, it's always there's always something you can learn from it because his logic is just so crisp.
Right. And he's one of the best dudes at using pocket hole screws tastefully. Because that's how this whole thing was put together. And same thing with the couch next to it. For the most part, it's all pocket screwed together, and they look great. So,
I think that this is also a really good example of the usage of color. Like the coldness of the concrete top with the warmth, how warm, like it almost looks exaggerated in how warm it is, but it looks really good together. Is it a pull-up bar?
Yeah.
This kid's going to be a future ninja warrior?
Yeah.
This kid's going to get jacked.
He's going to turn into a little Ben, just working out with homemade equipment.
Homemade, yep.
No, that's cool. That's funny. I like it. He's cute. So here's the one. We were talking about it earlier. I bet it didn't make the cut of the video, but we saw a project pic of this one where he was rounding over all the edges on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's a cool little
like
functioning
a little organizational drawer. That's right.
I was wondering
what
about
would you put in those drawers, you think?
Are you making me say weed? Is that what you're fishing for?
Just a little bit of grass, a little grass weed.
Weed there. You happy now, Mark?
He's like, you know what that is? That's a great place to hide your weed. No. He said it's a mini workbench. So that's really cool. I didn't realize that. I thought it was going to be a coffee table, but it's a workbench for leather working. So I guess you can kind of put all of your, sewing and stitching stuff in there, put some scraps.
I also like the sort of Wallace and Gromit kind of stop motion.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's cool. I like the motion cam here, the slide.
Is there a project video? Yes, there is. It's going to be linked in the bio of this video, or the description of the video. So go check that out. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't realize there was a project video. Sorry.
Cough,
Mosier makes. I appreciate your entry. It's Sam Mosier. I know who Sam Mosier is. Shout out Sam Mosier. That looks dope. I don't know how I missed it, and I'm sorry for it.
Yeah, look at this shitty.
Who built this?
Look at it.
The only thing worse than this would be if you were to do some like artwork or something.
Like, what are you going there
Like,
for?
look at that. The guy, he built a guitar and then what? Made it look like he tossed it off a ledge once or twice?
Yeah.
Does your band have like an ironic shabby chic name?
Yeah.
I will say though, interestingly enough, with this one, the pickups. 2x4s.
2x4s. All the electronics.
2x4.
I wanted something to where I was like shanty to something, but I couldn't figure it out.
Were you trying to think of a shabby chic band name?
Yeah, I was.
But,
what is it? Chris, you're the pun guy. You've got one.
Let's see.
I know.
If we give you 30 seconds, you'll get one.
I'll
We're going to
think
wait.
of something.
We're going to wait.
Oh, we're just going to sit here?
Yeah. Get it.
Oh.
All right.
No. Okay.
We'll come back to it.
Okay. I thought you would have it. I thought you would come through in the clutch.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a clutch player.
All right. Next project.
So I like this one just because, again, it illustrates like that laundry basket stand.
Yeah.
That for $6, you can just provide utility that you didn't previously had, and you can get customized fit. And again, one of the main reasons to make things instead of buy things is you get things that fit your situation. And so if you in this case, need a pedestal or a stand for a laptop, or to be honest, this could be a very small footprint standing desk.
Yeah.
If you think about what a lot of people work, they're just working on a laptop. So this could be the smallest standing desk possible that's still totally functional, made for $6.
And that's the other thing is if you're somebody that likes to run a mouse or you like to have a spot for your coffee cup, just extend that out a little bit and there you go. Fit it to suit your needs. Yeah, that's awesome. Very functional.
Death Shab for Cutie.
Oh,
there you go. That's your plan.
Just struggling this whole time.
Got it.
He's like, I don't even know what project we're talking about. He's like lost in his thoughts.
No, I got it. There you go. And you guys.
Right, so here's one. I posted this on our Instagram page just because. Well, I think we had talked about bent lamination, and I think we had talked about bent lamination on the project or on the podcast that week. Whenever this project came out, and I thought this is a crazy way to do bent lamination. Look at that.
Yeah, no glue.
Just and look how it fans out at
bolts.
the end. That's the coolest part.
Yeah, this
you can see all of those laminations starting to spread. That's cool.
Yeah, this one for me was in my top projects more as like a concept, just like the idea behind it and possibilities that this opens up. That's why it was in the top for me. It also happens to be a pretty cool looking piece. I mean, you definitely can't ignore that if you walk into a room. Kind of's got like a little Beats by Dre logo thing going on in reverse. Ben,
I like
Okay.
it. It looks like a wooden dragon.
A wooden dragon.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I was like turning my head.
That was my
around trying to
nickname in
figure
high
out
school.
what's-
Up next, we got the homies, Evan and Caitlin. They're going to be on a weekend show here real soon.
Real soon.
Real soon.
I think next week.
Yeah. They did.
Yeah.
I think, honestly, it's so simple and clean. It's got a little farmhouse kind of edge to it.
And it's got nice joinery.
But that's
too.
what yep, that's exactly it. I love those clean dados. They're real nice.
And
I'm
this was cool
impressed.
too because they actually messed up. Originally, they were
Yep.
planning to have the legs be 2 just side pieces instead of 4 single legs, but they went with the flow. Worked out. If they wouldn't have told us, we'd have been none the wiser.
And can I say, I think, granted, obviously I didn't see it with 2 solid things, but I think this looks better. It lightens it up, you know, because the material everywhere is real thick because they just planed the 2x4s down to get the edges square. So the material itself is thick. So giving it some negative space definitely, I think, lightened everything up and made it look really, really cool. So shout out.
Very, very well executed. Nice lines, good proportions.
Yep.
Looks good.
This one has a video that goes along with it. And
Yeah,
actually, it's
it's
a
a
really
good video.
well produced video. It's got like some tips in there and everything. So
And also,
definitely
can I
check
say,
this one out.
I don't know the timestamp, but she does have a Modern Builds t-shirt.
Whoa!
Shout out. Woo woo.
Represent.
Yeah, she's representing. I appreciate it. Thanks for supporting me. No, I love this table. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, very.
It was
unique.
one of the, like I said, because obviously I think we all kind of dig real clean, crisp, modern designs.
I
And I
don't.
think this one kind of, yeah, Chris.
I
That's
mean,
obvious. I've seen what you make. No, I'm kidding. No, I think this one came out real cool. It's super crisp. The one thing I would have done differently, and it's such a nitpicky thing, is it looks like, to me, the legs go a tiny bit higher than the top of the shelf. I would have either popped that shelf up a tiny bit or I would have brought those legs down a tiny bit. But that's such a nitpicky thing. I think it's freaking sweet.
I really like it.
Yeah, I could see. Actually, Mike, now that you say that,
Mike,
I could
I
see.
think you're being an asshole.
No,
That's
he's
what
on-
I'm trying to let's talk about design here.
It could be. It's a good opportunity to have a sort of illusion where it looks like it's like a U-shaped piece that's going through the triangle.
Oh,
I think it's really
yeah.
well made.
That's
But no,
actually
it's really good.
Yeah, no, I dig this a lot.
And also,
Check out her channel too. She's got a pretty fresh channel. It's Small Fry Creations, Small Fry DIY on Instagram. Go give her a follow. She's a real one. Also though,
No, this
real
one's not
quick,
done.
I'm sorry. I also wanted to on this table too.
yes,
Clear coat, and it looks great.
looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And she's
I
got
like that
little paint stripe.
too.
Yeah.
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 No, don't feel obligated to stain or paint 2x4s. If
Yeah.
you get a good couple coats of polyacrylic on there, that I remember that's what she used in her video. 2x4s can pop. If you pick
Hell
good
yeah.
2x4s, they can pop. Don't be afraid. Don't be
All
scared.
right. This one is the next finished one.
Ooh, yeah.
This one's really good.
Oh, look, now I can go through the things.
It's like you don't need to make the top rotate when every angle is comfortable.
Yeah.
The whole
this-
thing's made of leg spots.
Yeah, this thing is very clean. Like
Yeah.
that was the first thing that I thought when I looked at it. It has really interesting joinery. There's a lot of technique that was used in it.
Is that
if you
ring
look
lamination?
at, I don't
or
know.
carved?
Let's take a look at it. I mean, it has to at least be
Yeah,
segments.
it looks laminated.
Is it? It's hard to tell because of the bokeh. Yeah,
It just kind of like matches whatever space you put it in almost.
yeah. To me, it's kind of like modern steampunk
And also,
Yeah, yeah.
look at where he took those pictures.
in a barn.
No, outside, dang it.
Yeah, but those are in a
But
very
they're great. No, and I'm saying they're great
But
pictures.
yeah,
And also, this is a testament to choosing a good angle. How he got so low for this
Yes.
picture, so it really shows off the detail
Straight up.
get low.
and get that horizon low.
To the window.
All right, let's see.
Another stool.
This is the only time I allow people to send me pictures of their stools.
Rate my stool.
Oh, look
This
at
one's
this
cool
one.
because I love the top, the way that he carved out this top. Mm-hmm. And it's so functional that, yeah, it packs up flat, hang it on a door. This is a
Yeah.
really cool project.
That's what I'm impressed
Really clean
by.
looking,
The
too.
fold up. Yeah, that's cool.
And I think there might be more pictures later. Let me see. But I think so he primed and stained, or I remember the top ended up not looking like this. Well, here he's putting primer on it, but I thought there was a picture later where it is like brown. We'll see. We'll keep going through, but I actually like the way it looks right here with
Yeah, I
where
like
it's
the
just like
raw.
raw looking.
Yeah,
That was well carved.
it was. Yeah, it's very symmetrical.
Yeah. Whoa, the wagon! I didn't see that.
Yeah. I missed this too. You know, I don't know.
He made 2x4 wheels.
Every freaking kid on my street has a wagon. Like, I think every kid has a wagon now.
Like a red wagon?
Yeah, like a radio flyer or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is really nice.
Yeah.
Well, this is better than a radio flyer.
Handmade.
Yeah.
By Brewster's Make.
It's going to be a little bumpy rolling down the street, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it looks, you know, there's something kind of nice about the proportions too. It has this very like cartoon like friendly feel. Like look how he carved out that handle.
Yeah. What do you think he used for that?
Carvey. No, I don't know.
Lasers.
I doubt it.
Sharks with laser beams.
Awesome.
It's a cool little garden cart too.
Cool.
If you got like a little garden, that would be cool to kind of mess around with too.
To be honest, those wheels, you might as well just drag it.
You think?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that this might be the last picture that he put up of this one.
Oh, okay. It's still
I don't know if
like
there's a finished picture. It's like
progress.
you can see what it was going to look like, but it's still technically a progress
sort
picture.
of Southwestern design.
Yeah.
Very
is that coming back in
Arizona
style? I remember that like in the early 90s. That was very
Always
popular.
in style somewhere.
Just got to move to Albuquerque.
Yep. No, I think it's pretty big around where I'm at. That the whole like Arizona desert chic, that's kind of a thing around here. I dig it. It's fun. I love
the plant stand. See, I thought this was the stool for a family of people that all had
different heights.
It's
like the Goldilocks.
Or it's for the family photos, like if you're gonna go to like somewhere and get your
Sears.
family picture. Yeah, if you're gonna go to JCPenney and get your picture taken,
get that staggered height going.
It gives you all on the perfect levels, exactly.
Again, these sort of like scaffolding projects where you're just saying, "Hey, I need this. I need it this size. So get $6 of material, whip it up,
and do it."
And it's cool too. Also, the way that they all join together in the center.
Yeah, I like that. It's
like makes a Mercedes-Benz logo.
It does.
Let's see what else we got here.
Is this harp?
This is the final
harp
picture?
table
This is insane. Yeah, it's like a suspension bridge table.
It's a table like that's
it's a table. Yeah.
This is like the suspension is what's holding the tabletop up.
Right.
Wow. I thought it was
this
like
thing
some
is
kind
pretty
of harp.
impressive from an engineering.
This is what I feel like is more like a couture project. Like it's more on the experimental edge of design than it is on like the ready for like to be turned into a product line. Like I don't think this is a product you're seeing in a furniture store near you, but I think it's like one of those ones that's really exploring the boundaries of design and what you can do, and that you can pull like 5 or 6 different ideas. Like when they make concept cars, they have like a lot of like new experimental features, but they're not really all going to go into production. Right. That's kind of like what I feel like that project was.
I dig it though. It's very cool, and he's got an ingrained tabletop. It's kind of hard to see in some of the pictures, but hey, fitting the theme.
We got another stool for Ben to take a look at.
Yep.
Stool sample.
Nicely done.
Another stool sample. No, that one's just very straightforward, functional.
Interesting choice to cross brace the front legs, but not the back.
Maybe he ran out of material.
Oh, yeah. That could have been
I think he also ran out of pixels. 'Cause
he took it on a flip phone.
Damn, son.
But no, I like I like it, like well carved out, and you almost could see adding like a back to that with dowels and another curved piece.
Yeah.
Well done.
Very straightforward. I dig it.
The upside down lamp. I like that it's like a table / it's a speaker and a light bulb. Shout out to technology.
Yeah.
What's up, technology?
But you could still set like shit on top of it too.
Right.
Like it's like sometimes it's like those little moves of saying, "Oh, I can just build up more height and then suspend it underneath, and then I still have that top space for a shelf."
Yeah, it's clean looking. The only thing that I'll say that could clean it up is if you could carry that angle of the legs into the top box. Just it would give it a more cohesive look.
And you know what the craziest part is?
Oh, let's hear it. That speaker?
That light bulb?
Made out of?
2x4s.
Holy crud. All right, let's see.
Up next. Now, hang on.
Which one?
Because right now we're scrolling through a lot of project pics. And I'm just going to say, Make, Build, Modify made one of the coolest.
That is the best project of this whole thing.
The feat of doing the math and figuring out this project. Let's just talk about it real quick.
Let's do it.
Because I keep seeing progress pics. I just want to talk about this thing. How
To me,
neat.
this is the most impressive thing.
Yes. And I love
It's-
that he did the form with just a concrete tube, like one of those
Yeah,
quick read
the
concrete
video's
forms.
great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Shout out.
Yeah, it's so much to learn. Like, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like, look at this thing. There's absolutely no way you would say this is a 2x4.
Oh heck no!
It's incredible. The execution, the design, the concepting, the use of like inventive materials like copper. You know, it just shows a lot of like freedom to experiment, but then at the same time the discipline to execute. So yeah, I was super impressed by it.
He should have saved it though for a bent lamination contest. I don't know how he's going to
Well,
top
he can-
that.
Double entry. Nope.
Hey, it's a family show. No double entry.
I was gonna make a penetration joke.
You're
but I
about to
didn't.
make me put an explicit.
And
thing
now
on
here's
this
a
one.
kid's chair,
Yeah, for real. Moving on to the kids' chair,
the bear chair.
the bear chair. No,
It's
I
fun.
dig it. It's funny. I like it. It's cute.
Imagine if you just ripped this one apart. Like, oh come on, these proportions are all off. I mean, look at the size
Bears
of his
do
eyes.
Not have ears that big. How could you?
That is a fun little project. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's
Looks like
awesome.
got some. You can put some storage in it or something.
I think it speaks for itself. It's fun. Yeah. What are these lights? This thing is crazy. I saw
This is
pictures of
crazy.
this.
Yeah, it's like a. It reminded me of like a zebra.
Have you seen the video though?
I haven't watched the video.
Because I mean, obviously, I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's a cool kind of zebra stripe light. But look at it with the video
Oh yeah.
playing.
Yes, I have seen this actually. Now that I see it again, I'm reminded.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it sparkles.
It's a sparkly zebra.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if that was the lights just came programmed to do that, or if he had some kind of Arduino or something to do
He
it
must
with.
have programmed the way that it does like the whole spiral thing.
Either way, kudos to Mike 7960. You got a great name, Mike.
Great name, Mike. And he did it at the last minute.
Yeah, sounds like a real Mike.
That's the way Mike's roll.
That's how Mikes roll.
All right.
America.
F yeah.
Dude, this thing's awesome. I thought,
It's not just a wooden flag. It's a wooden flag that's billowing in the wind.
yes. How did he, man,
It's a
execution.
little power carving.
That's-
little power carving, right?
I don't think he did. I don't know, because I looked at it, and in the description he said hand carved and stained. So I saw a project pic somewhere in the feed, and he did a rough cut of all these billows on the bandsaw to rough it all out. Then he glued it up and then hand carved it. Really impressive. It looks very realistic.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a subtlety in making, like a lot of people could have the idea, okay, I'm just going to cut curved pieces,
Mm-hmm.
but the billowing would look really weird. This looks like pretty great. And then the other thing that's really impressive is his use of color in like a low saturated way.
Yeah.
Right. If those colors were too bright, it would really throw it off. Right. Or
Right.
if the red was brighter than the blue, but everything's antiqued in a really cool way. No, it's an impressive piece.
Says
Yeah.
hand carved and stained, painted with 7 colors and Shoshugibon. So he put some time into it.
Yeah.
He's got shadows where from an art perspective, like the light source is consistent, right? All the shadows make sense. Like that's really awesome.
Although I will say I counted and there's only 48 stars.
Really?
Yeah.
And guess what?
What?
They're all made out of 2x4s.
Yep. And also I lied. I just want to see if people would go count. There are 50.
Yeah.
I counted them.
I know. It's like, yeah. Oh, I really like this chair.
Hey, this guy
Yeah.
made two
Yeah.
projects.
Hey, no one
Yeah.
said you couldn't.
I did.
You can double
Just
dip.
I really like the lines of this. Like, there's it's inventive without trying too hard to be inventive.
Right.
Like, I think it's super solid.
And it's got a really
And-
cool that little joint up at the top. It's what do you call that? A half lap miter joint?
Sure.
Is that what that is? I mean, I'm talking to you,
It
Chris.
looks like,
You're
it
the
looks
guy
like
that
it's
does
a
that.
miter with a spline in it or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no,
She's
no,
got a
it's
big
like
spline.
Sounds like a Starbucks
I think it's actually
drink
a,
where you say, like,
I think
half
it's a
lap.
bridle joint,
Oh,
That's what it's
okay.
called.
You would know.
but I could be wrong. And also, if you took the back piece off right here on the seat where it's where you can see the pock holes, you could use it as a walker.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's got that going too. Okay,
Dual
Let's
purpose.
see. Dual purpose. Everyone likes that.
Everyone's about that nowadays.
There we go. Curved legs and glass. And interestingly enough, the glass top
Oh yeah,
made of 2x4.
I like it. It's simple. It's clean. How do you think he bent that?
Strength. Just sheer wheel. No. Hulk.
It's nice.
Is it steam bent?
Let's see. Does he say my first attempt at bent lamination?
Bent lamination. Man, I should have read the description.
I know, we got to get in the game, man.
Gotta learn how to read.
We got
That too, but that's a cool.
the
It's a nice
projects
little,
are all blending together. No,
a nice little elegant table.
No, I
don't
think
know
it's
if
really
it would.
cool.
I don't know if it would work, but maybe the cross braces could be a little thinner,
that's kind of what I was
just
thinking.
to balance it a little bit better. But
But it's cool. He made like OSB forms for all of it. Really cool. We skipped one though.
which one?
This workbench.
Oh wow, what? That looks like maple or something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could have used maple 2x4s.
This guy's cheating.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he's got a lot of Festool.
Oh, this guy, he's got it.
He's got that Festool.
Yeah. Gray
Impressive.
King.
Yeah.
Shout out. That looks really cool, man.
Good job, Gray.
I mean, that's one of those things where I think it was worth it. Like, if you're gonna go for it, go ahead and make it out of
Yeah.
maple, right?
Yeah, well, especially you want something like this to be
If you're gonna be using
kind
it
of
as
hard.
a workbench, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's kind of because I mean, nowhere did we say you had to use pine. I don't think so. That's a good. Even if we did, that's a great way of bending the rules when it makes sense
To your will.
Exactly. Cool.
All right. Gotta love a pixelated Mario.
That's right up your alley.
Yeah, I made the Goomba, so
Yeah,
maybe
it's cool.
she can bring this over sometime and jump on the head of my Goomba piece.
Hey,
What?
hey,
Family show?
family show.
Hey, Mario jumps on Goomba heads.
It's true.
With the Mario thing, one more thing I'll say. Good use of subtlety with the paint. Like, again, you could have gone overboard.
Oh,
And
making
made it
super
too bright?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's
and
restrained.
it's got a pretty good skin tone there. Do you think that was painted, or do you think that's the 2x4 color?
I think that's that 2x4. That's just that Italian glow.
Yeah, it's the Mario.
It's from all the plumbing. All right, which one are we on to now?
Oh,
Wooden Lego chair.
Look at that! It's a wooden chair that's made to look like giant Legos. That's fun.
That's pretty awesome. I
What
actually
is
had
that
missed this
painted
one.
on or engraved into it? Or
I can't tell, but yeah, it's pretty cool that you can actually see like the Lego detail
Oh, wow.
on there.
Yeah,
that's really
from
neat.
Saw Blade Projects. Check them out on YouTube. There'll be a link.
Very cool.
I'm gonna check
Fun
that video
stuff.
out. I don't think I've seen it yet. That's cool.
We got like a
Nice.
planner box. That's
This
kind of
is
cool.
a good one too because like they sell those like not made out of much better wood than 2x4s on like Williams Sonoma, and they're
yeah.
like $300.
Oh wow!
can
And this guy
even
made
get-
it for $6.
Even if you go to
So-
like Walmart,
Suck it, Williams.
even if you go to
Sonoma.
Walmart, because I was in the garden section looking for a couple plants the other day, and they had planter boxes that were just made out of 2x4s. I mean, they were made out of pine. 150
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah,
Spend an afternoon, and there you go. You can make one that looks even cooler.
yeah, but you get that Walmart quality.
Oh yeah, that's what you're paying for, baby.
Here's a finished version
Oh,
of the
wow.
chair
Yeah.
with it upholstered.
I love
and-
that fabric. That's a great
That's
choice.
pretty
I
cool.
like
Yeah, it's
that
clean
paint
looking.
job too.
Yeah.
A little pinstripe.
That's actually really cool.
Man, NJ PBS really did
Yeah,
it
that
up for the
guy's-
challenge.
Went all in, huh?
Killing
Give him a
it.
follow. Go follow him. Whoever's listening, watching right now.
Do it. Do it
Go
now.
support him. He's joining in.
Let's just see what else we got real quick.
Is that shaker style?
Yeah.
That's
Simple, clean,
Shakered and not
solid
stirred.
wood.
I like
Yeah,
it.
it's just
Nice.
clean looking.
Shakered but not stirred. Yeah,
late.
it's just straightforward, clean, awesome. I dig it.
We like
Yeah.
it.
That'd be I'd like to see like a cut sheet and project plan. I think would do well out of that.
This is that's a famous table, as
Yep.
seen on the set of Conan O'Brien.
Yep.
Is it like Noguchi table? That's what it's called.
Sure.
You believe me, Mike? You believe me?
No, I don't believe anything you
is.
say.
Google Noguchi table. I wouldn't make something like that up. That's cool. So he made a replica out
Is
of
it a video?
Oh yeah.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool that
That
he
looks
made
very
a
retro. It's very
kind of
Jetsons.
a replica of a table made
Do you
out of
think it was to
2x4.
replace like a broken?
He broke
those
it.
tables?
Like his
'Cause,
parents
like,
were
they-
gone
Oh,
for the
yeah.
weekend, and he's like, "Shit."
Well, it has like the supports in the right places.
It does, and the tabletop is cut perfect. Like he either went and got that glass cut or replaced the base.
He had the glass first, I guess.
That's cool. I think that's a lot of cool. A lot of cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cool.
You know it's getting late when you say stuff like that. It's a lot of cool.
That has many cools.
It's so many.
I like the paint job on this. It looks like Starry Night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Starry night, delicious breakfast.
I would eat on that.
What is? I'm hungry.
Yeah, we got another pixelated. This guy, he made the most
built
out
3
of
things.
the materials. He built 4 things. Well, I guess if you count the stools as like one thing, but he made 2 stools, a table, and a little piece of wall art, all out of the 2x4s. He was stretching it.
He's got to be part Native American.
He
He's
uses
using the
all
whole
of the
buffalo.
wood.
Yeah.
No
Not an
wood
ounce
goes
is-
to waste.
Nothing.
Oh, it's a little bathtub tray.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And get drunk while you take a
People
bath?
love those things.
Honestly, if I
like-
took baths more, maybe.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got to get yourself in a
But, you
bath,
know,
Mike.
the whole,
You a
like,
bath boy?
No. I don't fit in the bathtub.
The whole being a grown man thing too. You know, kind of.
Ooh yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
a
don't,
bath
you
boy.
don't like to soak up some suds?
I like to
But-
sit there in a pool of my own filth.
Like as like a project type, I think it's like one of those like projects where people it's one of those projects where if you post that on Facebook, everyone goes, "Oh, I really want that."
Yeah.
It's like a quality of life upgrade. It's really simple that not very many people have.
Yeah, this guy's
Except doing it for an iPad so you can watch Netflix in the bathtub is the
That's
way to
kind of
go.
Yep.
yeah. See, you're just not doing the right kind of baths, apparently.
I don't know, man. You light a couple scented candles, crack open a cold one, and just look at your wood
We're just
Magazine, wood magazine.
with magazine.
or just combine that with the squatty potty.
Call it a night. Okay, here we go. This is a good one.
This was a top.
wow.
This is a top project for sure.
Yeah.
Top project, yeah. The bonsai tree table.
You think that's
That's
got a
really-
you think that's got a grow light in it?
Maybe.
I mean, you could put your weed in there
That's-
for sure, right?
Under there, yeah.
That's really nice.
No, it's
Yeah, it's got like
Elegant.
the Japanese kind of flair to it.
And I don't really like dark stains, but that's where it's perfect.
you think yeah.
Yeah.
Well done,
That's
a
really
wenchel.
well. That's a top
Top proj.
10, top 5
Yeah.
ish for me.
It's definitely up there for sure. I feel like we would have so much more to say if we hadn't already seen so many
Yeah.
projects. Because this one
Yeah.
was, I mean, the first
It's-
time
it's
I
a
saw
filling
this
out
one, I was really
process.
impressed by it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah.
So wait, is that bent curve cut or did he just cut a bunch of strips and wrap them?
No,
I
it's all
think-
one piece. Somehow.
Really?
I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I remember seeing it rolled out, like flattened out, and
Here,
it's
let's see.
all one piece. Like
Wow.
it's an accordion somehow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool to make the lamp.
Oh yeah.
Basically
It's like
making
he
the
zigzagged
lampshade
it.
out of
yeah,
the wood.
I'm not quite sure, but it is cool. Yeah.
This is a clean looking chair.
Oh yeah, this one.
Yeah, because it looks like yours, but at an angle.
This is.
That's why I like it.
Let's talk about design.
This is the best one.
Let's talk about design.
This is
Chris,
really nice.
you should have
Yes.
done this instead of what you did. No, this one's awesome. I dig it. This is really cool.
It is really nice.
And
Yeah.
he's got a cut list on his Instagram too.
Oh.
I think. I mean, that's what I'm looking at. So
And look at that serene video with the waves in the background.
yeah,
A little boomerang action.
that's a
Gotta
good.
love it.
That's a good example of using pictures to make things look even better. And our final project, we're rounding it out from
That's
Wesley
clean.
Wesley
Treat.
treat.
This one is.
I like
it's
this.
funky. It's so. I don't even know. It's awesome. Yeah.
I would
It's
almost
a
like to see this.
stool and lantern.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd almost like to see this be the top of that other one that we just looked at.
Oh,
Yeah.
of that lamp. Yeah.
Yeah, like
would
it's
be
like
crazy.
the same sort of aesthetic, but like a cleaner.
It's like a
version
wine
of it.
barrel, but I don't know.
They
That's
won't
I
crazy.
hold your
also
wine.
line it with some like paper and use as like a kind of like a Japanese lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of side table thing. I really like
Yeah,
it.
that's a lot of fun.
So I think we went through all of them. So
Is that it?
Awesome.
should we just say what our favorite project is to wrap it up?
Okay, yeah. Who does? Chris, give us your favorite. What was your favorite?
It's got to be Make, Build, Modify.
Man, that thing was crazy.
Just from the mix of aesthetic, technique, out of just unexpectedness, if that's a word. It's very, very, very impressive.
Ben, I know what one was yours.
Yeah, it's that stool from Minimalist
Yeah,
Maker.
man, that thing.
And I agree with what Chris is saying, and I think that one is one of the most impressive. But I also feel like the minimalist maker's stool is just such a intuitive use of the 2x4, right? If it was just a challenge with a certain amount of wood, I would agree with Chris. But because it was like, it's impressive what he did with the 2x4, but I also think there's like an impressiveness to like the fewest amount of like effort to get the most amount of impact, and that's why I really like the stool.
My favorite was that side table, the lattice secret compartment end table.
Uh-huh.
That's got that little pull out. Makes. Yeah, from Josh Makes. That thing, it was really cool. It was one of those things where I was scrolling through the hashtag feed and it made me stop real quick. This one was another killer one.
Yeah.
It was like just really cool use of angles. You didn't make it too complicated in terms of the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have to do any kind of complex joinery there because he did attach it to that square piece.
Right.
You could say maybe that takes away from it. I don't think so. I just think it makes it just really accessible to build.
And those kind of things, when you buy them at a furniture store, are expensive too. So I think he added like a lot of value.
Yeah, this thing's really clean looking. I'm interested to know more about the disc at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, that's clean. Like, did he paint that?
No, it just came that way.
It was born that way? It come from one of them light blue trees?
Yeah, he painted it because he's got project pictures where it's
like
the raw
so
pine,
clean looking.
Yeah. What do you think he used? Foam brush? High density foam roller?
Probably 2x4s.
Oh, God.
Oh, guy. Oh, dude, we didn't talk about this one.
No,
yeah, that's one of my favorite
projects. Reposted it. I know. Yeah, this was our final example of killer use of end grain.
Yeah, this one for me is like the best simple little project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's just like so clean and simple looking.
And I like how it's the end grain at the end, but it's instead of using the face grain, I think of is what it's called, of the 2x4, they use the edge grain and laminated that.
Yeah,
which I guess would technically make the glue up more complicated because you're adding more and more layers. But I think it made it look really, really cool.
Yeah, I feel like they used what can be an ugly material, but they used all the right parts in the right places to make it a design element.
Exactly.
Yeah, this might be like if the minimalist maker stool was number one, this is like 1B.
Yeah, I would say this is top 5 for me for sure.
Yeah.
This is really good.
Shout out. Who did it? PC_makes. So give him some love. He's got a relatively new
Patrick Clancy.
What is it called? He's got a relatively new page, so check it out. He's only got 3 posts. Give him some love. Give him some encouragement because these posts are really cool. Even the coffee table he made.
Yeah, he makes clean stuff.
Yeah, he's got a good eye.
Should have been playing baseball.
Good eye, mate.
Good eye, mate.
Awesome. All right, everybody. That was our last project. Can you believe it?
I don't believe it.
It only took.
If we missed your project, hit us up in the comments below, and we'll add links to your stuff, especially if you made a project video and stuff. But thank you all so much. This is amazing, super inspiring. I got a ton of ideas, and I will never look at scrap 2x4s again.
the same way.
And also, if you're still listening to this right now, it's been a long time, so thank you for sticking in there.
Congratulations.
But I will say, tell us
and you're welcome.
in future challenge wrap-ups, what do you think's better, to do this way or to just talk about like top 10 or what do you guys like?
Yeah.
I thought this was fun.
We wanted everyone to feel included.
Obviously we want everyone to feel included, but I also think it was kind of cool to be able to say like, ooh, what would I maybe done a little bit different on this project, or what did I not even think was possible on this project? Going through all of them kind of gave us the opportunity to really, I don't know, single things out, which was fun.
Yeah, so
right, and it's also just a thing of like respecting people's time. Everyone put time into these things, so
exactly.
we also want to acknowledge that.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if we do a top 10, obviously we'll do an honorable, I don't even know if that's right. They used to do it on AFV, America's Funniest Videos, the honorable mentions at the end, which in reality was my favorite part of the show because I didn't have to listen to whatever his name is.
Tom Bergeron?
What's his name? Tom Bergeron. I didn't have to listen to his corny narration the whole time.
You mean Bob Saget? I just realized their names are almost the same.
Bob Saget. Yeah. Either way, thank you everybody that participated. This really was so awesome. Let us know what you want the next project challenge to be. Obviously, there'll be a couple week break, but we want to do another one. I think it's fun. It gives us kind of something to talk about with each other, throughout the weeks, I guess. And we'll make the timeline a little shorter. I don't know.
Maybe.
You guys think so?
Well,
Maybe
we'll figure
like
it out later.
Like 3 weeks in the future, but yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Depending on what the challenge is, we'll figure it all out.
Sweet.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Bye.